Event 360 with Fafali is powered by Soulmate Events GH.
Who doesn't love the best that food, drinks and friends have to offer? But to make a food and drink event memorable, it has to stand out from pop-ups and cocktail parties. Today on Event 360, we will take you through the process of planning what cocktails or refreshments should be served at what event. I am your host, Fafali. Welcome to the show. Many are the questions on the minds of people who want to throw events. Do we have the right budgets? Should we employ a professional? Will our guests prefer local or continental refreshments? These and many more questions will be answered by my guest. My guest today is a co-founder of Mixology and Flair Hospitality, dubbed the King of Cocktails, Mr. Tapatio Nyamiche. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's classy, it's new in town. It's Event 360 with Fafali, designed to showcase event organizing, event coverage to showcase on TV, chat up with top industry officials, leveraging on topical issues and trends in the event organization and entertainment industry. For event sponsorship, event coverage, and showcasing on TV, placement of ads on show, please call 0540 430 424 or 0203 266 081.
Are you in search of great event organizers for your occasions? Then, Soulmate Event GH is the right place to look for. Soulmate Events are trainers in event management service, event decor, event rentals, and event catering. You can locate Soulmate Event at King Solomon in Dansuman and the Dansuman Market Square. For more enquiries, contact Soulmate Events on 0540 430 424 or 0203 266 081, or check them out on Instagram at Soulmate Events GH. Soulmate Events is a one-stop place where we take total care of your events.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Madam Fafali.
How has been your day today?
Can't complain, we're still alive.
Okay. Does the theme of an event determine what cocktail or refreshment to be served?
Sure, it depends the theme, because sometimes colors also really count, and also how the event needs to go. So between the mixologist or the bartender, try to talk to the people who are hosting it to make sure they have the right drinks being served.
Oh, okay. So what I understand is this function, drinks will be different from the other.
Sure.
For instance, funeral will be different from a wedding or a party.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yep.
Have you created any drink yourself? Do you have a drink?
All right. So if you are to talk about drink, are you talking about cocktail itself or spirits or like a non-alcoholic beverage? That is what I need to know.
Those are the differences that we have.
With the drinks aspect, we have alcoholic beverage and non-alcoholic.
Sure.
So with the alcoholic beverage, I have not really created some myself, but I have helped a couple of people to really fine-tune how the taste really needs to come out to make sure like customers will be much more pleased with the drink. Yeah, but with cocktails, numerous of them.
Okay.
Yeah, numerous of them.
Tapa, what is the difference between a mixologist and a bartender?
Okay, so when we talk about bartender, you need to really go deep down to even a bar back before you get to a bartender, and also pretty much more like the mixologist. So bar back is basically the person who tries to prepare the bar. Talking about the garnishes, like making sure glasswares are ready, the ice, the mains, and also any sort of sub mixes like the juices are ready for the bartender to work behind the bar. So the bartender itself is to really create, like to make drinks and also serve customers to let them really have good experience. So theirs is to really focus on what the customer, because when you're making drink, you can really talk to the customer at the same time, receive selling orders and also make drinks for them. So you don't need to move at your station. So that is really how you can really classify a bartender. So for a mixologist, it's somebody who really understands flavors and mixes drinks to customers' satisfaction and also to blow their minds. Because being a mixologist, you need to really understand flavors very well. Whenever you have a problem concerning the product you are using is out, you can quickly try to substitute or try to create something that will make the customer also feel much more welcome.
Oh, beautiful.
Thanks.
What I get from what you're saying is that with a bartender, you do a one-on-one with
like
the clients.
You do it one-on-one
so,
with the
I
client.
want this, I don't want that, and then you do it for the person. But with a mixologist, he does a general mix-up. Is that it?
Okay, so the bartender mostly are being found in bars.
Okay.
So with the mixologist also, they are also found in a couple of bars. But we have grades like when it comes to the food aspect, you have like a cook, you have a chef, you have an executive chef. Okay. So with the bartending aspect, it's like you being the top notch of the person, making sure the garnish is on point, making sure the drink taste is on point. The glassware should match what you are serving, because every single glassware also complements the beauty of the drink as well. But a bartender, you pour beers like a pints, like the drafts. Beer, it's easy to make like cocktails like the classics, pina coladas.
What are the qualities of a perfect cocktail for an event?
All right, so the qualities that you're talking about, you need to really analyze the sort of events that we are doing, because we have certain events that it is much more laid down, that people sit and then they really have time. There are some of the events that you have a lot of rush of the drink. So we have ways of trying to prepare the drinks. We have some that we call like a premix. So indirectly, you try to put all the ingredients together and then you bottle them. So when you get them, you just add with ice, whatever spirit the person wants, you add it up. It's easy to go, because the pressure is going to be more.
Exactly.
But when it is really much more like a lay down stuff, you have waiters going around, waitresses going around. They quickly ask like the orders or like the drinks that the people want, and then you make the drink and then they take it to the table. So it's much more like different from each other based on the, let me say, the events. That is how you try to plan and also strategize to serve the customers.
Tapa, please tell me about a time you had a deal with a last minute change of an unexpected situation that you had to change something in your mix-up. So how did you deal with that?
Okay, so with that aspect, most of the time, I always try to improvise or make sure I have something extra, because the customers might come and then he needs something very different from the menu. That is the main reason when you're trying to go to bartend or to really work at a place, you make sure that you do it in a point that you have something that is secret from what the customer also asks. So if you want to blow the customer's mind, that is when you introduce it. But you need to understand that we have taste, as in like a creamy taste, like a spicy taste, sweet, and then sour and bitter. So when you have all this taste aspect and the person really says, no, I want this, it is easy for you to switch to this. So with the ingredients, it's very easy to really sub it up. When it comes to the citrus aspect, grapefruit is what? Sour and also bitter. Orange is sour. Lime, it's also very sour. Lemon is a little bit sour. So
what I understand typically you're saying is that, for instance, if it's sweet, and the customer comes last minute to say, I want a sour. Of course, you need to put in more of the ingredients that bring out the sourness.
That is it. You drop your sweetener, and then you add more of that citrus
I get it. I get it. Looking at missing flavors, can you give us some flavors that are not missable?
Okay, so when you want to mix flavors, you should be very careful when it comes to creamy stuff and then sour stuff, because anything that is creamy and then you are to add a little citrus, it becomes clotty. And also when you really know customers' allergies, if you are to talk to them, definitely you can also make sure you make drinks that is not going to give them problems. Someone who is allergic to pineapple, definitely when you give the person pineapple, he or she is going to have reactions. So with the cocktail making, sometimes you need to make sure you put down the ingredients for them to know. But it's much more better when you have conversation whilst making the drinks. It makes it much more fun and entertaining, and then customers also learn from you, the bartender or the mixologist. So you need to be very careful based on the citrus and then creamy stuff. Like a Baileys and lime, no, not at all. You should not be doing something like a fresh milk with lime, you should be careful in doing it because it's very, very like a little bit problem when it comes to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good to know. What's the ideal budget one needs to put aside when considering cocktails or refreshments at an event?
All right. So normally,
has it got anything to do with the
budget?
Number of people?
Yes,
you know,
it really matters when it comes to that because you can have 50 people coming to an event, but they can have good drinks, number of drinks like 4 per head. So literally you're making like about 200 cocktails.
Wow.
You can have about 100 people coming in and you say like literally 1-2 per head, and then they end up also having 200 cocktails. Wow. So what happens is you always try as much as possible to talk to the client to know the number of people coming, and then you give a number that is really much more important. For 400 people normally like this, I tell the customers you need to think about 1,200 cocktails or 1,300 because each one should have maximum of 3 drinks. If he or she doesn't have that sort of number and then he has less, the next person who's having more, so try to make sure it's even. So the best thing is you need to talk to the client very well and advise because if you don't, at the end of the day, they might feel like you never gave your best out because the numbers that they were having, it might be exceeding or even so they will tell I just want 400 cocktails. But he's not asking of the per head number of times that drink should be made. So sometimes you need to really advise the customer on that to make sure that the people really have good time when they come to the event. Apart from food, drinks is the next thing when it comes to every single function. And that is what people really remember every single time. And
what relaxes the people to enjoy the program. Definitely.
So that is the main reason you need to be very considerate and also be very much more aware of that.
Okay. So you prepare for both sides, the alcohol ones and the non-alcohol ones.
Sure.
That's what you do.
Yeah, sure.
Tapa, these days, what do you think? You've done so many of them. What goes more at programs? The alcoholic goes more there.
So as at now, with the global hit of the pandemic, COVID-19,
people are downsizing on alcohol. Is that it?
Not really like alcohol, but what they drink and what they take in.
All right.
So as at now, people really talk much more about like the immune system, boosting the immune system. So we try as much as possible to incorporate a lot of spices and herbs, as well as also like a citrusy stuff to really
vitamin C and all
boost them to the immune system. So we try as much as possible to give advice on like lemonades, trying to make sure people have much more of like vitamins in their body to make sure they can also fight it.
So it means our mixologists are trying for us to bring the COVID down. Is that not it?
Definitely, we did a lot of we did a lot of things for people. We were teaching people how to make a couple of tea at home, homemade teas. You can make your own homemade lemonades, and then using a couple of like mints. Using ginger, using like grapefruit. We had a lot of things that we were teaching people how to do something that will help them to boost their immune system.
Thank you, Tapatio.
You're welcome.
That was very insightful. Let's go for a commercial break. When we come back, you demonstrate to us a typical situation. We'll be right back.
I'm the real deal, so authentic. I got a seal of authenticity under my electricity. It's genetic. They don't make them like me anymore. They don't build it all strong from the roof to the floor. They don't make them like me anymore. Like me anymore. I am limited.
It's classy, it's new in town. It's Event 360 with Fafali, designed to showcase event organizing, event coverage to showcase on TV, chat up with top industry officials, leveraging on topical issues and trends in the event organization and entertainment industry. For event sponsorship, event coverage, and showcasing on TV, placement of ads on show, please call 0540 430 424 or 0203 266 081.
Are you in search of great event organizers for your occasions? Then, Soulmate Event GH is the right place to look for. Soulmate Events are trainers in event management service, event decor, event rentals, and event catering. You can locate Soulmate Event at King Solomon in Dansuman and the Dansuman Market Square. For more enquiries, contact Soulmate Events on 0540 430-424 or 0203-266-081, or check them out on Instagram at Soulmate Events GH. Soulmate Events is a one-stop place where we take total care of your events.
Welcome back from the break. This is Event 360 with Fafali, and we are here with our guest on the show, Tapatio.
Thank you, madam. Thank
Tapa,
you.
what are you doing for us today?
Okay, so I would like to find out, would you like something alcoholic, non-alcoholic, or something a little bit?
Well, I prefer something non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic. All right, so what I'm going to do is basically I have just my juices right here, like a pomegranate juice and also apple mix.
Okay.
Then we have the mixed fruit juice. So what I'll do is I'll get some limes to just press it up a little bit and then add my juices, get some ice, shake it, and then strain into it and then
I'm the
serve
real
it.
deal, so authentic. I've got a seal of authenticity under my electricity.
Must it always be this juice?
Not at all. We have like a lot of varieties of juices.
Okay,
like
so it's a choice.
Choice.
That's
The main
fine.
reason I like the pomegranate, it is not really common for people seeing it.
That's fine.
Apple is common, and then also the color that comes out, it makes it much more like very beautiful.
Right on.
All right, thank you, madam.
Yeah,
So first, my shaker right here,
sure.
my glass. I need to make sure I get some ice to chill it. Because every time you need to make sure the customer has drink that is very chilled. Because when it's warm, he or she doesn't really enjoy drinking.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be refreshment.
Yes.
So why not?
Thank you.
So Tapa,
Yes, madam.
have you in your work, encountered difficult clients?
When it comes to events,
Yeah.
it's different. But
Yeah.
when it comes to the bars, when I used to work in some of the bars, were also different. So
Okay.
it depends on the scenarios
On
where
the scenario.
you are. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
but of course, in all the scenarios, you have some basic things that you will need to employ to,
Yeah.
calm
Which-
your clients
and,
down.
Most of the
Yes.
time, when you are like a bartender or like a mixologist, when there's an event happening, what you need to do most of the time is make sure you have a supervisor around you often,
All right.
because anything that goes on, the supervisor needs to really get involved
Okay.
when you are the bartender, because it's not only one client that you are taking care
Exactly.
of. You're taking care of a lot of clients, so you don't need to waste your time on that. So if
Okay.
there's a problem,
The supervisor takes all that and then
and
relays
you
it
make
to you.
That is it. So you
All
just make sure you on what you're doing.
That's fine.
But
That's
one of the worst one was a customer spitting on me.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that was way
bad.
back. So
That's bad.
luckily enough for me, I had to move back because I saw him trying to do something. So
I
had to
guess you
move
were
back.
not angry with the clients.
I was furious, but I had to report
had
to my
to.
manager. But what happened was my manager was being punched in the
Oh,
face
wow.
by the same person. So if I had retaliated, I would have been the person who would have been punched.
Exactly.
So most of this time it happens, but the best thing is report to your superior. You don't need to take any actions.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That was real bad. Oh,
You can't complain.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, because
Sorry about
we sometimes we are responsible for the actions though, because
Yeah.
when they are drinking, it gets to a point you need to know when
You
the
need to
customer
know when you should
is
stop.
getting drunk.
Exactly.
So sometimes we need to manage the people.
Exactly. You know your industry. You know what it is. So.
yeah. So you need to-
Oh.
my God. Nice.
Tapa, I see you have passion in what you are doing. You love to do this.
I've been doing this for 15 years, and I wouldn't love to stop it because
Wow.
it helped me a lot. I've been able to travel around. I've met a lot of people. So this has been like a career, and I enjoy it because
enjoy doing
it's just
it.
much more like having fun whilst you are working.
Tapa, I guess it's lucrative too.
You need to learn a lot. So before you get in it, passion will drive you to get to that point. So
Okay. Wow. Okay, so Tapa, how is the pricing like?
Well,
The
it
cost
depend-
of items and
Okay, it depends the bars that you also go in.
Okay.
Because most of the ingredients also have particular amount that definitely it's too expensive. So based on your ingredients that you use in making the drink, that is how you try to pricing it up. But some of the bars that I can really talk about. If it's an upper class bar, they're not making less than 60 Ghana cedis for a good cocktail.
Wow.
And then like a maximum around 120 to 150, depending on the type of bars you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Since we are talking about events in general, let's say a typical funeral, for instance.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to do this for everybody there.
Sure.
So a class of people is who you are going to attend to. Is that not it? But definitely you can't give everybody.
Some that they tell you point blank is for the funeral, so you budget it for this amount of. And then if there is a particular table, we do something known as like the sharing cocktail. So it be like in a jar.
Yeah.
And then put it on their table, and then they can share in their glasses.
Oh,
so that is
okay.
Some
So
of
it means
options.
you do large numbers also.
Yeah, we do a lot of large numbers.
Wow. That's fine. So mention some of the names for us. Let's see some of the names. I've been seeing Rosemary and something.
All right,
Kindly give us some of the names.
Some of the names that people really like, and then to use in the nightclubs are like the orgasm. We have like the sex on the beach.
Wow. Does it relate to the real thing?
Yeah, like all of them are funny.
It's a propeller to it.
It's just like that, as you say. So we have some of them also known as like a sleeping nipple.
Wow.
Like a lot of crazy of them. Okay. Those are some of them.
These are real funny names.
They are, because every single cocktail has like a history. It has a story behind it. Sometimes when people are emotional, they have certain drinks that they
Tell
take.
me about it.
Okay, so there was this drink I made at Lexington. That was the bar I used to work at. And then we had a lot of like frozen mixed berries. Yeah. So I was thinking of how to really dispose it and also make more money for the business. So the best thing I did was to start blending the berries, adding some syrup to it, to get like a puree. Okay. So it was that time a brand was supporting the bar also, that I had to incorporate the brand to sell it. So we really sold about 400 glasses within a week, whilst most of our cocktails were not moving out. So how I named it after bar, it was known as berry splitter. So there was this berry that I used that it was going off. So the name that I gave the berry splitter, and then everybody just comes to the
innovation was great.
Just like everybody was just going. The color was amazing. The garnishing and everything was standing out. So
yeah, Tapa. So what's the name of this drink?
Okay, so I just made this drink for Event 360. So the best name I can just call it like the 360 cocktail.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue.
I don't know what I want from love anymore. Baby, tell me what was I looking for? Looking for something but I disappear when I'm bored. Girl, help me forget what I felt before. Diamonds on your neck is just pretend. Stay up till 5 a.m. Well, at least you want me to look.
It's classy, it's new in town. It's Event 360 with Fafali, designed to showcase event organizing, event coverage to showcase on TV, Chat up with top industry officials, leveraging on topical issues and trends in the event organization and entertainment industry. For event sponsorship, event coverage, and showcasing on TV, placement of ads on show, please call 0540 430 424 or 0203 266 081.
Are you in search of great event organizers for your occasions? Then, Soulmate Event GH is the right place to look for. Soulmate Events are trainers in event management service, event decor, event rentals, and event catering. You can locate Soulmate Event at King Solomon in Dansuman and the Dansuman Market Square. For more enquiries, contact Soulmate Events on 0540 430 424 or 0203 266 081, or check them out on Instagram at Soulmate Events GH. Soulmate Events is a one-stop place where we take total care of your events.
Welcome back. I'm still sipping my drink. Before I get back to you, Tapatio, let's take the event tip of the day. Choose a fun signature cocktail or two and load up on the right supplies for a wow factor results. Welcome back. That was the tip of the day. Tapa, is there any school?
With the bartending school, we don't have none.
There's no
Ghana.
bartender.
There's no bar school.
Oh, okay. So it's a practical thing that the person would have to.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So viewers watching, the young ones coming, what advice would you give? One or two for people who are lovers or would want to be in your kind of...
All right, so a lot of people never really respected bartending years back, but apparently now bartending is much more of a career that you need a lot of education, because I've done a lot of education outside the country because I need to really understand what I'm trying to mix or even the product that I'm serving to the customers.
Okay, so what detail exactly? What
you need to be very passionate. Okay. That is one of the key things. You need to be passionate of what you're doing. Okay. You need to be very dedicated with what you're doing because the craft demands a lot of time. Okay. You need to be very...
So are there short courses?
In Ghana, some of the suppliers or like, let me say, beverage alcohol companies try as much as possible to
teach
couple of like seminars, couple of brand knowledge to people. So that is how people try to get such sort of information and also the...
Should one have a science background to know the mixtures and know as you explained earlier on?
Yeah. It's just about you. You need to learn.
You need to learn.
No matter the background you're coming out from, it's all about you learning. But I came from like a technical aspect, but I did a little bit of, we call it physics, so it helped me a lot.
All right.
So it doesn't really matter where you're
These days, you have everything on Google. You can Google whatever you want, and you are good to go.
Sure.
What I say is the passion should be there.
Yes.
You should love what you do.
That is all.
And you give off your best.
That is it. Without passion, forget it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tapatio. It's been a very insightful day, and I've enjoyed every bit of your work.
Thank you.
Viewers, we've come to the end of today's episode. It's been a lovely day with the mixologist of our time, Tapatio.
Thank you.
We thank you for giving us a practical demonstration of the work of a mixologist. See you again next week. It's bye-bye from the studio of Event 360. Bye.